Bradley Martyn versus Logan Paul. Who really won? On this Shaun Jones fighting YouTube channel, we're not going to rest until we find out what went down, who won that fight. I know there's no videos of it happening, there's no CCTV footage, but we've done far too many Bradley Martyn videos on this channel to just give up now. I want to know who won that fight. We all know it was Logan Paul, but we have some inside scoop. So just in case you're late to the party, Logan Paul and Bradley Martyn, they had a little bit of beef between them. It started with Bradley Martyn saying that he wants Jake Paul to get knocked out. Logan Paul didn't like that and said that Bradley Martyn does everything for the views, offered Bradley Martyn a spar, and Logan Paul will film the sparring session and use it as promotion for his next fight. This was before he was set to fight Dylan Dennis, that is. Bradley Martyn called Logan Paul a hypocrite. Basically, if you want the full story, you can just go and watch yesterday's video. I'll pop it up here. Covers the entire Bradley Martyn and Logan Paul timeline. Now, late last night, 3 individuals who were all close to Bradley Martyn and Logan Paul came out and give a little bit of extra inside scoop that gives us some more clues as to how this fight went down. The first person who has divulged some information is this guy right here, Brendan Schaub. You know Brendan, former UFC fighter. Now, Brendan is actually pretty good friends with Bradley Martyn.
Logan Paul, Bradley Martyn. That's right, Chin. They fought. I got my hair to the ground. Here's how it goes down. So I get a call last week on Friday. I have a few missed calls from Mr. Bradley Martyn, very close friend of mine. I get home with the kids. I'm like, what's up, man? He goes, just got a call or a FaceTime from Logan Paul. He wants to fight. I was like, oh, cool. You know, that's what he wanted. Like he wanted, I was like, oh, when is it? Like, where's it at? Vegas? What are we talking about? And he goes, no, remember that tweet where I was like, yo, man, forget the clout, forget the cameras. I'll fight you outside of my gym. And Logan Paul's like, cool. Yeah, let's do it. Kudos to both of them. These boys are gangster. They're really about that life. Brad calls me. He's like, yeah, he's down. I'm like, oh, shit. He's like, I just have to sign waivers. Like they can't sue each other, you know, all that stuff. No cameras. And he's like, you know, what do you think? You know, can you help me? I was like, well, when is it? He's like, it's tomorrow at 11. I'm like, okay, well, it's 5 p.m. So there's not gonna be a whole lot of technique going on. So I drove over his house and was just like, there's the sport of fighting, which is, you know, like UFC, one championship. So that's the sport. And then there's street fighting. This is a street fight. They're two completely different things. And also, I think the average street fight is about 15 seconds long. So I just gave him some tips, mental things that I thought would help. Do I know how it went? Yeah, I do. I talked to Bradley right after. He asked me to go. I didn't want to be there. I didn't want to be involved in it. You know, I love Logan too, so I just didn't want to be involved in it. But there's things online like, oh, Bradley got KO'd. Nobody got KO'd. Nobody got KO'd. There's respect. That's their story to tell. Brad said he rolled up, had a mouthpiece in, handed Brad a mouthpiece, was like, hey man, you want a mouthpiece? It was like one of the boil and bite ones. And he's like, nah, I don't have time to form it. Let's do no mouthpiece. And Logan's like, all right, cool, man. Do you want to do like raps or anything? And Brad's like, nah, just like old school. Like it wasn't like this hostile, like, oh, I heard you say this. No, it's very like formal, like old school, like a straight up duel. And people are, oh, it's all fake. I'm telling you, this was not fake. My only thing I said to Bradley, I said, you're a big dude, man. You're a big, I know you guys signed waivers. You're a big dude. You're very strong. If you get him down, you have to show mercy. You can't go balls to the wall, throwing elbows, bashing his face in. You gotta show restraint. And they both showed restraint. Again, it's not my story to tell you. Do I know exactly how it went down? I do. It's not my story. I would never do that to them. That's their There's no video.
I don't say, I'm saying like, yeah, you know, never mind.
Oh no, I know you're skeptical, and I can see why people are skeptical. Chin up, straight up. I would tell you.
Yeah.
I'm when I tell you, I'm telling you, it went down for a fact. I know for a fact. I've seen some stuff for a fact.
So Brendan doesn't divulge too much information there. He said Bradley Martyn called him up, asking for some advice, and we know Brendan likes to embellish sometimes. So I take what Brendan says with a little bit of a pinch of salt, but he said, trust me, I know what went down. I seen what happened. He said they both showed restraint, and he said Logan showed up with a mouthpiece. Now, I am leaning towards the side of they actually fought, but I think they probably done it with like 16-ounce gloves. A lot of people are using the argument of there's not a mark on them, there's no blood, there's no cuts, there's no scratches, no bruises, but think about when you do hard sparring. For those of my subscribers who actually spar, you'll know that even when you hard spar, you don't get black eyes straight away. You don't get bruises straight away. Your face can sometimes look a little bit puffy. Bradley Martyn did have a little bit of a puffy face. He had puffy eyes. But when you're using sparring gloves, so like 16-ounce gloves, you're not going to be able to see any markings immediately after you've had a spar. I believe they did have a fight, but I believe that they probably both showed restraint and they probably used large gloves. Now, for those of you who don't think Brendan Schaub is a reputable source, then maybe Steiny from the Nelk Boys is. I'm clearly joking. Steiny is not a great reputable source, but Steiny is in the Bradley Martyn circle. It's Steiny, Steve will do it, Kyle from the Nelk Boys, Bradley Martyn. They all do a big podcast together. So we'll listen to Steiny first, and next we got Sugar Sean O'Malley weighing in with his opinion, and he reads out the text message that he got from Bradley Martyn, which kind of gives us a bit of a better idea. Let's listen to what Steiny says first.
I think Logan won.
And are you surprised by that?
No. I thought Logan was going to win the whole way. I'm going to be honest. I think Mike is kind of lame for tweeting out, like, yo, the hug.
Uh-huh.
Like, yo, tweet out, like, them hugging. Like, bro, it shows nothing. Yo, there was no cameras. Respect. It's like, bro, like, don't even tweet that out. But I think Logan won. If I had to guess, a guy that's boxed, like, he boxed Floyd Mayweather. He obviously has wrestling, like, and he's an athlete. And he's jacked.
Yeah, Logan's damn near as big as Brad. I think just from their energies in the moment, you could kind of tell Logan won. I talked to Mike. I don't want to spill too much juice. Looked like, I'll say it was probably a little quicker. I messaged buddy Brad, made sure there was no injuries, but he said that shit is exhausting, and he got a little tuckered out, a little gassed out. I heard it lasted about 60 seconds, but I don't know if that's true. I heard that from
Wait, you guys know better than me.
I know exactly what the fuck happened, buddy.
Wait, going into the fight, who's the favorite?
Logan, for sure.
Logan
Experience. He's in shape. I mean, he's in shape. He's done wrestling before. I've seen him do jiu-jitsu with like Izzy and Paulo Costa and those guys. And he's done boxing, and he's constantly working out.
Yeah, but I feel like if Brad even has 50 pounds on him, like, does it matter at that point or no?
Bro, if you got someone with no skills and you got someone with skills, the person with no skills is gonna gas out no matter how strong they are. Who really won in the Brad versus Logan fight?
All right, guys, I did film a reaction segment to that clip, but the file got corrupted and it didn't come out well. So just jumping straight into the next clip, we have Tim and Sugar Sean O'Malley giving their take on what really happened in the fight, and Sean exposes Bradley Martyn's DMs.
Logan was really perked up, and Logan was a high school wrestler, professional boxer, does combat sports quite a bit, and he's a big kid. Bradley Martyn, strong, big athlete, doesn't do combat sports, and that's going to be the difference. So I bet who really won that fight? Probably Logan Paul, but Bradley's a humble guy and he's a great guy.
Shut the fuck up! Bradley kicked his ass! Jokes. I messaged Big Brad. I saw the video too. It looked like Logan was pumped. He was excited that it looked like he had, maybe done what he needed to do. I text Bradley. I said, hey, brother, you and Logan fought? He said, yeah, gassed out. It was fun, though. I said, is there any injuries? He said, no. He said, it's exhausting. He said, I'm literally doing cardio as we speak. I've always had respect for you, but goddamn, fighting cardio is different, and he is right. I wish there was a video of it. I heard it didn't last like a super long time, and I actually know exactly what happened, but I don't want to say too much.
One thing for sure, though, Brad is a humble guy, and
Brad's
if he took
man.
a beating, he'll take it humbly, and he's never been a super cocky dude. So props to Brad for even taking that fight and thrown down.
So there you go, Sugar Sean O'Malley with the inside scoop right there. And although Bradley Martyn was the one who texted Sean O'Malley, have you noticed that Tim and Sean are making excuses for Brad? They're basically trying to help Brad take the L a little bit better. They're not talking about Logan whatsoever. They're just talking about Bradley. Oh, Bradley, he's a humble guy. He's not cocky. If he did lose, he's going to take it very well. He'll learn from this. They're not saying that about Logan Paul. They're only saying it about Bradley, which is telling us Bradley Martyn lost. And when you combine that with the message that Sean got off Bradley saying that it gassed out, I think this just confirms what we already knew. Bradley Martyn probably did get humbled. Unfortunately, there's no video from it, and I believe what truly happened is they wore 16-ounce gloves, hence why there's no cuts or bruises on the face. I guarantee though, if you was to see them today or yesterday, they probably would be marked up a little bit, especially Bradley Martyn. It looked like, when you look at that video of them hugging, that Bradley had a little bit of bruising around the back of his head. I couldn't tell if it was just the colours of the video, but it did look a little bit bumpy and bruised and marked up, but it's always hard to tell with the pixelation of videos. But yeah, so I believe that they wore 16-ounce gloves. They probably had a bit of a hard spar. Bradley Martyn went to where he is comfortable, which is the wrestling, but when you've got 16-ounce gloves on, You can't wrestle properly because you haven't got use of your fingers, hence why you wear 4-ounce gloves in MMA, so you can actually grip things. And then Logan Paul is a good wrestler anyway, so Bradley Martyn probably couldn't take Logan Paul down. Logan Paul forced Bradley Martyn to stay on the feet, probably pieced them apart. That gassed Bradley Martyn out, and Logan Paul showed restraint, and then that was it. That was all she wrote. I honestly believe that's what happened. What's your guys' specific theories behind how this fight went down? Comment your thoughts down below. I wanted to talk about this today whilst the topic is still a bit hot. There's other stuff I want to get to, and I didn't want to have to wait another day or two to do this video. So I appreciate all the love and support on my channel. Drop a like on this video. It helps out the channel a lot. Guys, look, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate all your support as well. These 2 copyright strikes I've had have proper done me head in, proper messed me channel up. But I see all your comments. I see that you've been rocking with me through the tough times. So thank you so much. Appreciate yous. See you tomorrow.